making a video of the water tank installation at Pick n Pay in Primrose. The reddish copper pipe, polycop pipe, comes in, and there is a small valve which we can see down there for shutting off the incoming water. The blue pipe then feeds along and comes to a joint. At this joint we now have a bypass valve that runs a pipe down below to be able to bypass the filtration and bypass the pump and run straight through the system into the shop for flushing the tank system and flushing the pipes if need be. Now that bypass valve is closed at the moment, so what is open is the main feed valve. This feed runs through into the sediment filter, which is a 20-inch sediment filter. That sediment filter then runs up the back, and it comes through into this first of the small filters, which is a 5-micron filter, passes through to a carbon filter, then into a 1-micron filter. That filter then feeds through the rear of the system, feeding around the rear of the system into the reverse osmosis membrane, which at the moment is a 400 GPD filter. Alright, the feed comes up through this particular very special four-way switch. It's actually a pressure switch inside here to have sufficient pressure for the exit of the waste material when the system is running. So that main feed enters into the RO membrane, and then two outlets come up. The one is the waste, the good water, the wastewater, which now has a little special valve here. Yeah. And this is giving enough back pressure to the RO system. That then runs out to waste. That waste pipe then comes out down below, and is, when the system is filtering, is doing the roughly 20 to 30% waste out of the system. Then the second pipe here that you're seeing comes through, again, a non-return valve into the four-way pressure switch and up into this particular item, which is a chlorine taste removal. From that into the main feed, there is of course a pickup here for the outgoing water, and there is a pickup down here for the incoming water to the system. So between the two, between that pickup and this pickup, there is the TDS meter that tells us what the condition of the water is. Now we go into the main system. It feeds down and goes into our JoJo tank. JoJo tank has a shut-off valve as well. Inside the JoJo tank is a float valve. That float valve is in place to stop the flow. When that flow is stopped, the RO system will shut off. At the bottom we have the outlet from the JoJo tank with a control valve there. This is a self-priming Ibarra pump with a pressure switch mounted on it. So when the tank in the store is full, the pressure switch activates and sends the water to the store. The pump then runs the water again through another control valve here, and that water then comes out through this pipe down below here, this pipe over here, and it runs into two carbon filters, which are just there to catch anything particular from the system. Comes out of those filters through the meter. So there is the meter attached to that pipe system. Through that pipe system down to the bottom, the blue pipe then goes out and goes up the back here to feed the tank in the store. We're now going to activate the pump quickly. So the pump now gets activated. It'll be pumping water into the store to replenish the tank, and once the pressure is high enough, it will shut off. The gauge is indicating that there is pressure in the system and the water is flowing through to the display tank inside the store. And that basically is the system and installation. The size of this installation is approximately 2 meters wide by 3/4 of a meter deep. Call it 1 meter deep. The height of the installation is about 1.2 meters, but that can always be modified depending on what's needed. The other point is that we have electrical power coming in to run the pump. The RO system requires no electricity as it runs on incoming municipal water pressure. And that is effectively the system. The pressure coming in needs to be about 4 bars to have an effective RO system. And that's the video for today. There's a complete unit.